Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And in this one, I wanted to give a few brief impressions on my experience with Season 3 so far that has been released upon us with this game, as well as a few other thoughts, as I usually do in my commentaries. But first and foremost, Season 3. Well, for those of you guys that can already read between the lines, and that especially that know Call of Duty very, very well, and have been paying attention especially to the way the cookie crumbles this time around, and there's a pattern to it all. It's a very predictable pattern. The only thing that tends to piss us off is the fact that we can't do anything about it, even if it means that the game is better. It's all about the money, folks. So here's the way it goes, okay? The PPSH slaps like a bitch. I mean, I haven't unlocked it, but I've been on the other end of it, and basically it slaps, and it slaps extremely hard. The ballistic knives can get you across the map. I guess we're not surprised with that one. I'm sure the sniper rifle is just as good. I mean, I don't really recognize sniper rifles all that much. You guys know the BS. And there's been a few balances and stuff with the assault rifles and stuff like that. I actually don't mind the assault rifle balances. Now, this is obviously an assault rifle game, but at the same time, it's like the weapon balance, or quote-unquote balance in this game, is so kind of random, especially with the patent and everything like that. It's just so random of how things can happen to where it's really difficult to really say what kind of a game this is. Like, a lot of people were saying Black Ops 2 was a submachine gun game, especially in the beginning of that game. And then later on in that game's life cycle, it became balanced. And, you know, every game kind of tailors to a certain type of weapon. It's usually an assault rifle or an SMG, and then you've got like one sniper rifle and then one shotgun that is like really overpowered, and people gravitate towards those, and that's basically how it's been with Call of Duty. Now with this game, I feel that although it seems like assault rifles reign supreme, you can't help but feel that, well, sniper rifles can pretty much do everything. Some of these shotguns, especially the one that's like the Striker from Modern Warfare 3, or the one that at least fires like the Striker from Modern Warfare 3, I keep on forgetting what the damn thing is called because I don't give a damn. I'm not a shotgun user. Even if it's good, I'm not a shotgun user. I've always been an assault rifle / SMG player. So a lot of these guns are good as well, and the way the game is designed overall from a map standpoint, like when you look at this map here, the brand new map, it's basically, look, it's a mixed bag, okay? There's some good things I like about it. It's got a decent flow to it, but here's the problem. There's still way too many head glitching spots, and then on top of that, you've got a decent amount of verticality on this map as well. So it really does, it's like the map tries to favor every playstyle, but in terms of the lines of sight as well as the verticality and a lot of head glitches in this map and stuff like that, it's just way too many head glitches. When you compare the head glitching compared to a map like Raid or Standoff or Firing Range, there's not as many. You don't really need that many head glitches. I mean, the thing is, if there's a power position on the map, people got to earn that shit. In this day and age in Call of Duty, it's given. Even in this game, they just managed to do it. They just managed to do it a little bit less douchey than what Infinity Ward did with Modern Warfare, because they had a ton of safe spaces and doors and shit like that. They reduced the amount of safe spaces just a little bit, you know, but you still got your head glitches, which they can definitely, it's basically like giving them a safe space, but being a little bit more hidden about it. But the good player will always be able to see these things. So the other map, which is the 3v3 map or whatnot, that one, a lot of people, again, were head glitching. You can still move around and stuff like that, but still, a lot of head glitching spots and stuff like that, which is really annoying. It really takes away from the gunfight aspect of the game, and it tends to punish the rushers a lot, because quite frankly, it doesn't really take much to get into a power position. And the thing is, if you're running around and you're trying to flank, if somebody's already in a good spot, or should I say spots, to where they can just sit there, have their sights aimed down, that kind of ruins the whole aspect of the game, in my opinion, and the flow, you know what I mean? So again, when you put every single aspect together, if you liked or disliked the maps that launched with the game, not the remade maps, or should I say the ones that have been brought back from previous games, I'm talking about maps like, oh, I don't know, like like Moscow, or to give you a good example. If you like maps like that, then you're probably gonna like this one. This one's got a lot more verticality though, and that's where the problem is. So this game, if you were to take, in this map here, if you were to take the verticality away, it would be a better map, because it would be a little bit more balanced. But in this one, they've got verticality as well as a whole bunch of head glitches with a decent amount of sight lines. So it is what it is. Again, not as bad as Modern Warfare, but you can flank. But at the same time, it's just you could tell that it's just really not balanced, and you could certainly pay the price. And let's not forget that the fact that the spawns in the game are still a huge problem, even with the maps that have been brought back, like Raid, for instance, right? The maps, even from my experience playing the game, the spawns still need a lot of work. But again, it's all part of the patent. And you know, again, for mouse and keyboard players, I'm also feeling that there's like this sensitivity issue. Like when you start going on a streak or whatnot and you start getting a lot of kills, it's like your sensitivity gets changed, like usually more sensitive, like after that gunfight. And then after you lose once or twice, what ends up happening is your sensitivity goes back to normal. I mean, I could feel the difference. I've even moved my mouse around after getting a whole bunch of gunfights, and it's like faster. There's one specific time where I won a gunfight that I guess I shouldn't have won, and I moved to go to cover, and then I realized how much faster I'm moving just by like slightly moving my mouse more than normal, as if I changed my sensitivity settings between gunfights, which certainly wasn't the case. So again, man, and you know, people appearing and reappearing when they're running around, you know, coming around corners looking like they're teleporting. You guys know the deal with this game. So all in all, like in terms of what I've experienced with Season 3 so far, it's really nothing new. It's a mixed bag. Standoff is coming. I mean, if you ask me, it just makes all the sense in the world that Standoff should be right now in the rotation, but it's not. I guess they're saving it for later or whatnot, but I mean, it's a hell of a lot easier and less time consuming to just remaster a map or just cut and paste a map from a previous title and to put it into this one, if you ask me. But if you put all the evidence together and stuff like that, I personally think that that the entire game at this point, honestly, I don't even think Treyarch has anything to do with the design of this game, if at all. Maybe just a handful of them at most. I think it's gone beyond skill-based matchmaking now in terms of the Activision team stepping in. We found out, what, a couple years ago or so from Condry himself that Activision basically handles the skill-based matchmaking. So at this point, in terms of every single piece of evidence, which a lot of what I've mentioned here in this video in terms of design standpoint, I wouldn't be surprised if the entire team, if Activision had an entire development team designing the game. And that's my take on that. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, again, just like you guys, I'm on the outside looking in. But that's what it feels like to me. Because, again, these are not Treyarch maps. And it's almost like they're trying to give us a smaller piece of Battle Royale in the game so that way they can sucker a lot of players into playing Battle Royale. Even those that don't like Battle Royale. So, but anyway, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. What's your experience with Season 3 so far? Do you like the new maps? Do you dislike them? What's your experience with the game? Tell me about the sensitivity thing for those of you guys that are on mouse and keyboard and on PC. Let me know. And you're gonna see coming up here how much, like from like the previous 10 games in terms of my score and shit. You will see just how much I've struggled and how much BS and everything is. I mean, look at that. So, granted, I'm not playing a game all that much, but at the same time, it's healthier not to play this game all that much because it'll drive you crazy, especially if you care about that sort of thing, about, you know, what's wrong with the game and what's not. But anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.